Tennessee Titans fans, Colin Cowherd is here today telling us whether that's not Colin Cowherd on the screen, that's his guest, but Colin's here to say whether he is buying or selling Cam Ward going into the 2025 season with the Tennessee Titans. Colin Cowherd, buying or selling Cam Ward? Let's talk about it.
So Cam Ward may be the quietest number one quarterback pick.
Every day. Every day. Every day. Cam Ward, I mean, is this guy the least talked about number one? Why isn't anyone talking about this kid? Every day. Every day. The fact that he is the least talked about number one pick is becoming the most talked about topic on the shows.
In the last 20 years. Part of that is the Titans are not a big brand. He's a quiet kid.
At least he's honest.
He's really easy to root for. Like Lamar Jackson. He wants to win. It's all about football. His teammates like him. They don't have much on the perimeter to help him. So I don't look at him. I'm not going to look at him this year and go, well, they went 8-9. Listen, the kid has very...
They go 8-9. You need to get the guy a jacket, a gold jacket in Canton. At least Colin's honest. I can appreciate the honesty to just say, hey, Titans are not a big brand. They're a small market. He's a quiet guy. Like, I can at least appreciate the honesty. I appreciate that more than these other shows that are just like, we don't know. We don't know. I know what's talking about him. Maybe it's just that we should talk about Shador instead. I don't know. I appreciate the honesty, and I do think that Colin is telling the truth when he says that, you know, he doesn't have a lot to work with. He doesn't have a lot on outside of Calvin Ridley, I don't know who you could really buy into right now with the Titans as far as helping him. But if the Titans were to go 8-9, I mean, Lord, is that the floor with Colin with the Titans 8-9?
Very little to work with. We got to contextualize this. He had an 11-play drive. Did you see anything with Cam? The tempo?
I think this is before the Atlanta game.
What did you see?
Well, I've been around Cam Ward because I was down at Titans training camp, and he is a very impressive kid. And I got a chance to talk to him, and one thing that really stood out to me, just to tell a quick anecdote, when I met him, fortunately, I was set up beautifully by the organization as someone he should talk to. And the first thing he said to me, and I thought this was really impressive, Colin, he just met me, but I was set up beautifully. And he said to me, okay, so what do I need to work on? I thought that was really impressive. He had just met me. But he's...
That's why he does. I mean, honestly, another reason why he doesn't get as much media attention, because, I mean, this is not a knock on any of the analysts, but like just being good at football, being a devoted football player and wanting to be good and win is just not as intriguing. It's just not as intriguing. Wanting to get better every day alone is just not intriguing to them. They need you to be flashy and put out a song and have this big social media presence and paint your nails and do all this stuff. Not that there's anything against if you want to paint your nails. I'm just saying, like, they need something else is what I'm saying. They need something else that they can latch on to and say, this, look at, he's a sitcom character. He's an intriguing character in our show, in our plot. Cam Ward just doesn't fit that mold. You know who else didn't? I'm going to get roasted for this. I'm not comparing him, but I mean, Tom Brady wasn't a very interesting character either. He looked like a supermodel, but Tom Brady just came in every day and just wanted to work. He didn't want flashy this or flashy that. Put me out there with Julian Edelman and Wes Welker, and we'll march right down the field methodically. Like, you know, Peyton Manning, not a very interesting. This is just a dude who loved football and wanted to play and get better every single week. Nowadays, in the world we live in, they want characters. They want larger-than-life characters. Even Will Levis was more intriguing to them because at least he was funny.
Very impressive in person. Now, again, his performance, there was a 3rd and 5 on the first series where he went through his read too fast. Okay, that's something you expect to see. But he throws a really good ball. He's an impressive kid. You're right about the team. There's really good give and take between he and Jeffrey Simmons, because Jeffrey Simmons knows that if they're to get to the promised land, it's going to be because of Cam Ward.
Which is funny because as I'm recording this, Cam and Jeff just got into a fight like a little bit ago at Titans practice. But, I mean, that seems like the sort of dynamic they have.
I would expect that he'll be a good player. Now, the thing is, early in the season, they open at Denver. They're home to the Rams. Then week 4, they're at Houston. You know, this could be a tough start simply because the Titans have some holes on their team that need to, be dealt with, and they may not be dealt with year 1. So I think people are going to have to be a little patient simply because the team is not quite good enough at this point.
Yeah, I agree. You know, speaking of Denver, I saw where Bo Nix, they do this, Mike Sando does this quarterback tiers thing where he talks to 50 GMs, Sean Payton, that he's
I guess
quarterback.
We're shifting.
I don't really understand that because that's kind of what the coach is supposed to do.
Okay, I guess we're just kind of shifting through to different quarterbacks now because that looks like, that's Caleb Williams, I think. Okay, I mean, listen, I think that one thing that was little that he said there about Cam and watching him in the preseason and in practice was just the fact that Cam, had a 3rd and 5 where he went through his reads too fast and it caused an incomplete pass. Those are the type of problems that you expect to hear about, and those are the type of problems that you hear about and you say, okay, that's a rookie problem. That's a rookie problem that he's just going to have to get better with time. I remember against Tampa Bay, he tried to escape a clean pocket. Like he had all day and he still ran out of the pocket just because, I don't know if he felt like he was running out of time. That's the kind of stuff that's just rookie stuff that you're just going to have to get better at. But with Cam, I think there is so much of his game that he brings in that is more mature. Some of it's just naturally going to be rookie stuff, but a lot of it is so mature. His leadership, his, the head he's got on his shoulders, like I said, the velocity behind his throws, I just think is at such a place that, I'm sorry if my foot did that on the floor, and I have to clarify that was my foot and not a fart. Foot, not a fart. Anyway, but Cam is so mature in his leadership and I think in his confidence and the fact that he is so willing. Here's the thing that fires me up about him the most. He is so willing to put in the work to be great. He is so willing to keep going. And whatever I've got wrong, I'm going to ask for advice. I'm going to get in the film room. I'm going to do reps. That's what gives me faith that even if things start poorly, Denver, Rams, Texans, all in the first month, that's some tough defensive fronts. That's some tough defenses to go against right out of the bat, especially considering I think 2 of those are on the road. That's tough, right? But I don't feel like this is a guy who's going to have, if he has a bad performance against Denver, he's going to just go home and sulk. He's going to come back more driven, more determined than ever because that's what he's always done. And that's what fires me up the most about him. But it kind of frightens me that Colin Cowherd, I feel like he's giving some of the most fair analysis of the 2025 Tennessee Titans. It's kind of frightening. Tighten up, everybody. Bye.
Building a fort with all kinds of supplies that I found in my garage. Filming my very own TV show on a camera I bought at Walmart. Spending hours on a PlayStation, trying to beat Crash Bandicoot Warped. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. Jotting down words on a Taylor Swift notebook as I wrote my very first song. Throwing a football at 10 p.m. with some friends in a church parking lot. Singing Nickelback, karaoke and laughing until we were sore. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. We could use a little boredom. We could use a little boredom today. Me and the family going out for dinner on a random Tuesday night. Sitting in the yard for hours in October, 'cause it's feeling so good outside. Crying my eyes out on April 13th, the last time that Kobe Bryant scored. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. We could use a little boredom. We could use a little boredom today, today, oh today, yeah today. Stopping by my sister's house on the way home to go in and play with my niece. Laying on the couch beside my fiance with Boy Meets World on the TV. Watching Papa fall asleep in his chair and covering our ears as he snores. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored. Put the phone down, just be bored. Put the phone down, just be bored. Put the phone down, just be bored.